Hello, it's day one of the Predator World Women's 10-Ball Championship here at Sport Park Klagenfurt in Austria. And we got the match here on our center court table 2. We are beginning today with the match between Yun-Mi Lim and Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan. And today with me in the booth is George Teyechia. Hello, George.
Hello, Ralph.
And yeah, let's start to play. And before we start, thank you to our sponsors and partners for making this event happen, which is Predator Q's, Ushan Billiard Academy, and Pro Billiard Series global partners CSI, Kamui, Alpha Coin, Rams of Puerto Rico, and FargoRate.com. And here we are ready with a break from Yuki Hiraguchi.
Yuki Hiraguchi. What a player, a 6-time Japanese champion.
Absolutely, and she did very well in the latest World Games. Bronze medalist in the World Games. So,
and that's quite an accomplishment for turning pro in 2016. It's only 6 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, she's breaking from the side.
Now, when you break from the side, you're playing the 1 ball in the side pocket, and in it goes. Cue ball is in a good place. Will the 6 ball interrupt her position on the 2? It did. It rolled right into it.
The little disadvantage why players don't like so much about the side break is, or when they break from the side, that the most balls, when they break from the left, the most balls will end up on the left part of the table, right? Which brings more interaction, because more difficult layouts than the open break from the center.
Now you bring up a very good point. That's exactly what happens from the breaks from the sides. Right now she's got I think she's got a good spread though, but just no open shot on the 2.
So she gives the offer, the push out option she's choosing, which the player who comes in after the break has the option. So she has now the option to play it on your own or give it back. I guess she gave it back.
Would you take this or would you give this back?
I would probably not even come back from my...
Yeah, no, because it's a kick and that 4 ball leaves the 2 ball. It's going to leave the 2 ball available to the cue ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I questioned the push shot as to why, and she has intentions. She knows why she did it, and she's going to show us why.
If the 4 ball wouldn't be here, then you might calculate for a nice resafety, but...
Exactly. Well, I don't know if that ball will go by I don't think it'll go by the 5 ball, so I'd go ahead and put this 2 ball into the 5 and just come back behind the 4.
Maybe.
Or the 6, that's even better. Oh, don't go in.
And drop.
Ouch.
And Yun-Mi Lim is from Korea. Sorry that I forgot that in my announcement in the beginning.
It's quite okay. We have plenty of time to talk about her now. While she makes up her mind as to what she's going to do with a safety gone wrong.
She needs to pull out a nice kick shot to avoid a foul first. I don't know if she has big resave chances here. You're usually happy from that position to make a legal shot, and that's what she did. And she left a chance there, not an easy one, but she left a shot on the 2 ball. 4 ball is nearby. So, but nevertheless, maybe 2 times crossing table half.
Now, Ralph, you give lessons and play pool a lot, don't you? Still?
I do, yes, a lot. In Berlin, Germany.
I'm sitting with a how many times German champion?
Oh. Not that much. You have to think about it. I was always in the shadow of the big ones like Ralph Souquet, Oliver Ortman, Thorsten Homan. So there were not many championships left for me. But at least 2 ones I get. And some other things.
You just named some great players that came from Germany. 2 of them are still playing. quite a bit. Ralph is still doing a great job. And Torsten, I guess, he's playing on the teams event here this week.
Okay, so she did that one very good. That was a long shot. Good position on the 5.
It opens up pretty nice, sets up her table very well.
Did you find out what that TBS sign means on her shirt?
It's JBS. JBS Billiard Sports is your sponsor.
JBS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she is from a Buzaka runner-up champion.
Mhm.
She's also a carom player.
Carom is very popular in Korea. Very popular game and very good players. Also pool players. I mean, I was there once and I was surprised. Ooh, they play good.
Well, if they play good billiards, it makes for very good pool players. See, they're striking the ball. It's their cueing that helps that game, as we all are aware of when you get it around. Their pocketing is not quite as well as pool players, but usually position play is nice. Meanwhile, she's going to wish she hit that just a little bit harder, but is still in a good position.
Yeah, I guess she's fine. Let's see. I mean, we saw some in the last match I saw. Not from her, but from other players.
They had problems with those shots. We've seen a couple like that. Straight in shot here for game number 1. And a race to 7. WPA rules. Winner, alternate break. We'll have a word from our sponsors every other game. And we'll play 2 games and then a word from our sponsors.
Mm-hmm. Here we got a view over the whole venue, you see. How do you like that?
I think it's one of the best ones I've been.
It's beautiful. Smart.
Seeing everything. You can play in such comfort. You can focus totally on the table and not have to be aware of players on your side, you know, or in your view of play.
Yeah.
You have nice soft music playing in the background that kind of just relaxes you, helps for those nerves that sometimes can run rampant.
Yeah, so here we are, Sport Park Klagenfurt, and this is table number 2. And Yun Mi Lin is breaking from the center more. She prefers the center.
How do you prefer to break in 10 ball?
From the center.
From the center, playing the 2 balls behind the 1 into the side pockets? Yes. I think that's the best way. Sometimes the tables won't break well from there, but they usually...
Well, you can find that out soon. I mean, most players just see, oh, I can't get one of those 2 balls behind the 1. But if you don't get them, you have to find out, are they too long or too short, and then you can adapt your break after that. So sooner or later you should get them. So there are only some rare cases where I have to switch to the side.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, and it's just speed. Now, if they're hitting low, does that mean you're hitting too soft, or are you hitting too hard?
Well, it depends if it jumps. Normally, if they are too long, it's too hard.
Okay.
So you can soften it up. But you can also make the cue ball a little bit jump more, which sounds like a more powerful break, but it transfers less because it jumps. And there you can also maneuver them a little bit shorter.
Now, when you say jump, since you're from Germany and I'm from across the pond over there, I'm from the United States, over there. Okay, and they're checking our equipment here. Well, but I was going to say over there, what we call it is put a little hop on the ball.
Yes.
And that usually helps.
I mean, not a complete jump, a hop. Let's do a hop. All right. So in the meanwhile, she's on the 3 ball.
That should be
with some inside spin, little knock on the 4. Yes, here it is.
I got away from her though, putting that spin on the ball, and I thought she was going to do what you were suggesting, the inside spin and go below the 4. I thought she did a good job in just coming off the rail and into the 4 to open it up for the side pocket, but she missed the ball.
Here we see he's playing with a laser cue, extension, and position on the 4. With the right angle control all the way the table up and down for the 5. Maybe adding some right side spin to take also the long rail.
I got you.
Oh, she's playing low. Maybe she's trying to hold it.
She's gonna hold.
Oh, long.
I like what you suggested. Go to the head rail and then run the cue ball in line with the 7 to come down for the 5. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm not sure. If anything, I thought she was drawing the ball to the right side and playing it in the side pocket, but she fooled us by playing it in the corner.
So now she need to play a kick shot here.
Nice kick.
Spin. She avoid the foul, that's the main target, and left a long jump shot here. Would you go for a jump here, or is it a kick?
I think I like the 2 rail. No, actually, no, you can't 2 rail kick it because the 8 ball's in the way. I think I'd go with a 1 rail kick. I would much rather kick before I jump.
Is that right?
Yes. I'm an old style player.
Like Efren, right?
Well, Efren is my hero.
Alright. So here comes the jump. Need to be very powerful because you see the long distance between the Q1 and the 8. Big accidents can happen. Well, she did good.
Very well.
Look at the position is not there. But this would be, this would be certainly a big one to have in position as well, but yeah.
This one you gotta kick.
No way.
You gotta kick this one.
You might be right, yeah, with the kick.
It's just so far away and it's gonna have to, you have to keep it in the air for so long. And a kick shot with, I don't think she would hit it very hard, but she might hit it hard enough to put that 6 behind the 7. But look what she's done here. It's not all that bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Yumi Lim here from Korea. Already 40 years old, is that right?
She's 40 years old, playing a 25-year-old Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan. Nicely played. And this really, if she pockets this ball, she's going to be in a nice line for that 8-9.
I'm not sure which
she can
corner
hold
pocket
it.
she's going for.
Yeah, it might slide over too far. Depends how she plays it. She might go to the rail and back.
Look at the shaft. It looks, she's very busy practicing when you see a little dirty shaft like that.
And look how far back it goes.
Yeah.
That means a long stroke. Look how it's what, 2 inches from the joint? Very small ferrule on there, so slow deflection. She executed that perfectly. The last 2 shots were just the way you want to do it.
I'm not sure what kind of angle she has. You see, it's like a straight. It's hard to draw it to the left or right side of the tempo.
Yeah, it's laying a little funny, is what we call that. She's fine. She's going to be okay, unless she gets corner hooked. Wow. You know, one of the things that's saving grace maybe that it's a little warm in here. That it's not real cool like in most air-conditioned buildings because it's such a big place. But nice run out. And we'll go to a break, are we?
So it's 1-1.
We'll be right back. Yeah, he said time out.
So here we are back on our table 2 with Yunmi Lin against Yuki Hiraguchi, and she is breaking again from the side.
She won the lag and will break whenever the score is even. From the side, and as Ralph noted earlier, when you break from the left side, most of the balls will be on the left side of the table.
That's what you see here when you watch, when you have a look at the table. And here you see how it comes.
The power pushes them to the rail and back. Nice little safety behind the 6, you think?
If she can hit it on the right, yes. There's the room for it. Sometimes it's advisable when you play a favorite player and you are not a favorite, that you maybe break from the side, because then you give tougher layouts maybe to him, so you have a better chance to be more often on the table instead of watching him running out all the time, right?
Yeah, if you break them wide open and break dry, that can happen. That happens a lot in 8-ball, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So how do you like it to play alternate break rather than winner break?
Well, I think you can make a great argument for both. You know, if you're the unfavored player, well, you figure you're going to get the break every other game. If you're the favorite and you feel you can run over your opponent, you're going to want winner breaks all day long. But, you know, I've been doing alternate break for a long time in the U.S., and I see people come back. They're 3, 4, 5 games down, and I see them come back all the time. Although, you know, most players will say, well, I can't get back in the game because I'm down too far. In our last match that I just commentated, for instance, the player was down 5-1, came back to Hill and won the match.
That's great.
In alternate break. So you can make a good argument for both. I don't think one favors the other, but they do have their selling points. Meanwhile, she's got a shot on this too.
Might be. Maybe needs a little left side spin to curve around that 8-ball and to help the 2-ball going in. Oh,
Yeah, no, she didn't have a shot on it. It was too tight. Yeah, and that was a very well calculated shot.
That was a nice safety.
She stopped the cue ball, knowing that that 2-ball would bank and come back up, and used both balls for cover.
Come on, and now she's kicking. You're like, she heard you. Go for a kick rather than a double jump.
Oh,
here.
sure. Oh, you can't double jump that. Nice kick. Hit it full too. Gave it a chance.
I guess that's a nice safety. You can freeze the cue ball on the 10. Right? Playing into the 2, freeze the cue ball to the 10.
Well, I'd be looking at it real hard. She might be able to slide it. No, I guess not. That's it.
A little bit more freezing here.
A little bit more freezing and a little bit more power to move the 2-ball up away from the pocket so it can be kicked in.
Exactly.
The only problem with little safeties like that, folks, for you out there, is this can be kicked in and there's position.
That's right. So if you want to do something like that, make sure that it won't be too close to the pocket.
If it just rolls 2 inches higher.
You see, it was close. And she made a ball. So it's the option from the incoming player now, from Yunmi Lin, if she's going to take care of this situation by her own, or if she's giving it back to her, to Hiraguchi. But Lin is playing it by herself. Long shot.
WPA rules, when the ball is pocketed out of turn, the incoming player has the option to give it back to the player or take the shot. So in other words, if you make a ball by mistake and you snooker your opponent, most of the time you're going to be happy about it. In this case, you're not going to be so happy.
Yeah.
Nice position.
Totally. Just an easy follow for the 5 in the side. 7, 8, 9. Looks like a nice Sunday afternoon walk here.
Oh, not from there. Had she come back a little bit lower, she would have been happy.
Yeah, this angle makes the 7 ball, if she makes the 5, makes the 7 ball a little bit longer than it. Wow, she plays
Oh, with that
powerful.
power. Nice.
It's not easy, I mean...
No. That was a very nice shot, and she used the table. She used the angle to run the cue ball. Those are the kinds of shots that a billiard player will play that a pool player might have a problem with.
Yeah. Especially if you want to put... Some players might like to put some left side spin on it to get more around the table, but this is the trap actually, because of this a lot of power, playing high, you lose the cue ball a lot. You have to aim totally different, and now, she produced a mistake by herself also.
That cue ball should stop right there.
Think so?
She should. She just stopped. I wouldn't have rolled it. I would have just stopped it, banked it by, and stopped the cue ball right on the 8. Just a dead stop.
Yeah, I see that. But I wouldn't be sure where the 7 ball would have hit the 9 ball maybe.
No, it looked like it cleared.
Okay.
That's the only reason I would. Otherwise, she played the right shot. Maybe that's what she saw. I thought it would clear, so that's why I was pretty quick to call it.
She missed that 7 ball again. Almost the same shot like before, right? And at the same point, too thin.
Well, in her game, in one of her games, the carom, she's used to running the cue ball around. In this game, you have to pocket balls and run the cue ball around. I think she's going for this.
Well,
and I was going to say she might wish she didn't, but I think it was the right shot to go for. Unless you cut it on the right side and went long, gave her distance.
Okay, this is very deep in the pocket, so it's hard to play position. Rail first.
I like the way she played that. I was going to say, would you even consider going rail first and running the cue ball up there? And that's exact. I don't think she went rail first, but it was the same effect.
That's pretty wise to do when it's so near or deep into the pocket to keep control over the cue ball. So, and now another time around the table.
You know, if she has the angle, she can see it better than we can. But if she has the angle, definitely. But this is hard to run around. Oh, it came up nice. Nice English on the ball. That added speed to the shot, so she was able to get good position.
So that's a 2-1 lead for Lim.
Yunmi Lim
Lim.
with a 2-1 lead. She's missed some balls, but she's controlling that, and exactly what you would expect from a billiard player. She's running that cue ball around very effectively.
Sometimes it's funny to see when you play carom players, they shoot at a shot and they think, oh great, and they want to continue, and then I have to tell them, well, the position is great, but you missed the ball.
Yeah,
they're just not used.
They do have a tendency of focusing more on the cue ball than they do their object ball. It's a beautiful game, though. Beautiful game.
Yeah, it was a favorite game of my mentor, Mr. Kim. Okay, and here we see Yunmi Lim with her break from the side again, and
there goes the... Ooh, no, I thought it was going in. I think she's given up a shot on the 1. Dry break. It's awful tight, but I think she's given up a shot.
Let's see if we can get something out of that.
It's going to go into the 5, so it seems to have worked out. Long, but it worked out. She can come across, run the cue ball off the rail towards the 8 for position on the 3.
You can roll it in, but the danger is if you miss it, you're gonna die, you know, because it stays near the pocket.
Yeah, I like shooting this and coming across the table for the 3. It's just the right speed, the speed you'd want to shoot the shot. It's natural to me.
Yeah. She rolled it and missed it.
Rolled it and hung it. And that's
pretty lucky because she hit a double corner, right? 2 times, so 2 ball came out like that. So I bet we're gonna see another safety from Lim.
nice. She's going to use all 3 of those balls and get behind one of them. I think she's got behind the 10.
Sure. How they call it? The English people always call it window.
There's a little window? Yes, there's a window. But I like the kick. I like the long rail kick.
Long rail? Short rail, you mean?
Long rail. To the top and back past the 6.
The upper short rail. How about that? There's no window this time, right?
No, this is. It looks like she can hit the outside of this, but the 10 ball and the 3 will stop her cue ball.
She's aiming at it. She got a window. And side pocket. Did you call the side pocket? No.
Well, I think we're going to see the jump cue come out.
Oh, she got it there.
She took it just in case, huh? Save time. Looks like she can see it.
Let's see if you can maneuver the cue ball up and down for the 3.
Oh, she did it very nice.
Yeah.
She went right between that 6-9 very well. Nicely controlled.
Oh, that's very friendly. She's pointing.
She's doing our job for us.
She's pointing where she want to go.
I like when they do that because that that way we just don't call it wrong. Look how nice she did, and picture perfect, just the way she pictured it.
The reason to point this position you like to get is sometimes on purpose or not, but it's to give your mind something. Okay, I want to get there, because sometimes when you don't do that, then sometimes you think, okay, everything can happen, but not behind the 8. Not behind this or something like that, and then that's
exactly where you end up, right behind the 8, because you told your mind don't go there, but it heard behind the 8. And that's what your mind hears, and that's what your body does. And you're correct. That's the visualization of exactly where I want to be.
Yeah. So now she's pretty near the rail, which is very difficult now to get from the 6 to the 7. I mean, she can get easy position, but then it's not an easy 7, right? If she just let it roll.
You play this with a little left. Little outside English to come back towards to where you're at. Not all the way, but towards it. No, she went all the way down. And used distance instead of angle.
Oh, this is
tough.
Delicate, I would say. You have to.
Anytime I have to elevate, or I see players elevate here, this is a very tough shot. The lucky thing is that she can roll it in and she'll have position. Doesn't have to do anything but make the ball and she'll have position. Tough shot, either way.
She did good. Oh, she's working hard for that.
Yes, she is. Another roll in. Long straight shots, one of the hardest shots in pool.
Yuki Hiraguchi. Oh, missed it, and can she go away with it? Oh, that's interesting.
Did she get away with it?
Is our referee?
I think I'd be playing that cue ball behind the 10.
Yeah, probably. And when you do it very thin, you don't move the 8 too much. So even if you won't park perfectly behind a 10, you don't leave much for your opponent.
That's a great point.
Jump shot again.
Jump shot again, huh? Against, yeah, I
And
wouldn't jump.
she's
That'd be
calling
kicking.
the cross bank. How about a cross bank jump?
That's a tough shot. It'll double kiss, I think.
Whoop. It was closer to the corner pocket.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a tough shot. Is that a scratch if she makes it? The natural angle coming off the 8, does that go right to the pocket?
Well, with a certain speed it is, yes. I guess super soft you can hold it before it scratches, or you can with a little power also run into the 9.
Into the 9, yeah. It looks like if she just doesn't hit high on it, it can run into the 9. But she's close to the rail.
Here we got a picture of Yuki Hiraguchi with her sponsors, which are Mika 5, 3 seconds, and Max. And oh, that was close.
It's pretty deep too, so this
Because of the danger of the scratch, she decided to play it in the other corner. It was not a bad decision, I think.
this is a high percentage scratch too.
This one here, yeah, Cue can follow after the 8 into the pocket, unless you are so good that you can maybe hit the short rail before.
Yeah.
Here comes the short rail. No.
Oh
it
my.
was
She missed that just right to make it and didn't scratch. Another long straight shot. She's going to be coming down too, so nice shot. Very well, but look at the cue ball.
It's a little bit longer than expected.
This is a hard shot in the side pocket, but I think it goes in the side. You play this to the side. It's
Yeah.
lined up so well.
Certainly I would go for it. Oh,
She's not.
checking up.
She's playing safe.
No, that's not a save. It comes out here. Maybe she was trying to play safe, but
Well, what she played and what she got are two. The only good thing about this shot is it's 7 feet away.
I'm really not sure if she was trying to make it or playing safe.
Well, she missed it by quite a bit, and she should have been a lot closer, especially with a nice shot.
Right, so we got a 3-1 lead, and we will be back after the break. So here we are back in our match between Yuki Hiraguchi and Yunmi Lim from Korea, and it's Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan to break also from the side.
And she's trailing 1-3. Cue ball. Oh, the dreaded hit. Kissed it right into the side pocket. The cue ball went right down.
Well, it was a little unlucky.
Yes.
That's for sure, but she left a pretty tough layout here when I see the 3 ball still that close to the 6. So with ball in hand, she can certainly take care of the 1 and 2, but then already it will become interesting, right?
You know, the funny thing about that break, Ralph, that I noticed is all the balls, she didn't hit it real square, and all the balls did not end up back on the left side.
No, because she didn't hit it square.
Yeah, and you can see the 3-6 there and the 10, how they stayed in the middle. Yeah, she didn't hit that real good.
Okay, she's pointing out a position possibility, maybe in the side pocket or far corner, or draw shot into the cluster. No.
She's going to be playing safe, I think. But maybe she was trying to get up to get a good position to stop it there.
Yeah, you hesitate a little bit when you see the perfect position a little bit too much, and you snooker yourself, right?
Well, yes, and the other thing I think that might have happened there is, you know, this cloth is so responsive to Little English. She was afraid of overdrawing and getting behind the 10.
That's right. I guess she did good here. No direct shot. Maybe she can catch the edge of the 3 ball, maybe.
It would work.
And then sending back the cue ball to the other side of the table while the 3 ball runs into the 10 and stays nearby.
Yep.
Yeah. And got catched by the 7 ball.
It was tough to work around that.
Well, that's not ball in hand shape. Yeah, that's a challenge here.
No, but a good shot here opens this up because she's natural position for the 4 ball, and then from the 4 to the 5 lines up real nice too. Don't corner. Those corners will kill you all the time in the side pocket. Folks, if you're at home, when you look down the path of that cue ball, you can see how big that corner sticks out past the other one on the side. It just seems to reach out and always grab that cue ball. But she's got a nice spin shot here for the 5 to make the 4 and get to the 5. Too hard, and it's going to go in. Oh, this 10 ball saved her.
Yeah, a little rescue here from the 10 ball. And a nice position on the 5.
That's one of the benefits of bumping balls. One of the very few. Usually it's not beneficial to bump balls. But it looks like it went a long way to maybe win her this rack, because these next 5 balls lay pretty nice.
In that camera view from top, we saw really how nicely she is, her posture. Perfect setup, right?
Nice
everything in line.
Yeah.
You see again.
Yep, there you go. See how straight she lines up? It's just so nice to watch that. Great fundamentals. And the stroke just flows. It has to go straight, just the way everything lays.
Yeah, if you line up like that, you don't have to worry about your stroke, because where else should it go?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's all
straight.
It's all alignment.
Right. This time she might have the angle to draw it back on the right side of the 10 ball. Looks like, but
if you're looking to emulate a player, the way you line up, watch this young lady right here. Her alignment is beautiful.
And this 10 ball gave her even a bigger lead now, leading 4-1 over Hiraguchi. our 6 times Japanese champion.
Yoonmi Lim, Korean, with great fundamentals, showing why she is a great billiard player and a good pool player. Very good pool player.
And this is Hiraguchi. Yuki Hiraguchi.
Is cooling off with a cool drink against her face.
And our referee?
Dwayne Payne.
Dwayne Payne, I like the name.
You just want to rhyme it all out, don't you?
Center break this time. Doesn't work either.
No, and there's the 6 to block things up some more. Yeah, Yoonmi Lim's break is not very powerful, but I don't think she's lost the cue ball. She has stopped it pretty much in a decent position. You'd like to stop it in the middle, but it gets bumped there so much.
Here we see a jump shot, and here you see how much you have to jack up to get good results or decent results with the jump. And the one ball, look at this, in front of the pocket. That's unlucky.
It's going to set right up. Not too much has gone right for her. Trailing 1-4. Hiraguchi. Oh, nicely done. She spun right around that 10 ball.
Exactly between the 10 and 5. That's nice. Okay, now comes a little challenger to get the right speed for the draw. To bring the cue ball back for the 3 in the side. Any other option?
I would be drawing this ball. Oh.
Look at that.
Well, I think the option is going to be played here.
So you know the rules, WPA rules. She accidentally made the ball. Normally, right? Like a 9 ball. she had to. No, she has to live with it also.
Yeah, 10 balls call shot, folks. This lays nice for a kick in, but she hit it thin. Keep in mind that when you play billiards, the balls are much bigger.
62 millimeters rather than 57.
5 millimeters?
You do inches, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Although I'm familiar with millimeters, because you know your Q-tips are all in millimeters, and
to be exactly 62.5 for Kerm and 57.2.
I just know they're bigger and they're harder, because I still don't control the second rail. I mean, they move different on the rail for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't play enough billiards.
Alright,
Just
looks
follow.
like maybe the 6 in the side, or
I like following this ball and playing the 6 in the same pocket. If it goes by the 9. She was able to draw it. I wasn't sure she had I thought she had an angle that she had to follow it.
now she's forced to play a 10 ball combination.
In an earlier game, one of the players played a combination, and the opposing player thought they had lost the match. She was on the hill.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was told that there's no early 10 balls. And she actually, the opposing player, came back and won the match.
Well, and here she found a safety opportunity.
This is a nice jump, but it's so hard to reach. You can't reach it. It's
If
in
it's
the
in
middle.
the middle of the table, you need to be pretty tall to get there.
And he doesn't really have a kick, so she's gonna jump.
And she's doing it with a dart technique, so she can reach it.
That's hard. That's hard to do. Not for her.
Well, it might be hard to do, but it looks, if someone is very familiar with that, it looks always so easy when they do it, right?
It does. It does. I just don't try it. Oh, this is tight. I don't think it, I don't know. Yeah, nope, she didn't even bother trying. She said, I'm going safety all the way.
It's a shot. It's a difficult shot, but she left a shot. Thin cut.
Now, as a professional player, do you go for this ball and go 2 rails for position on the 8 and, you know, go all out on it?
Here I would like to go because it's a natural position.
Okay.
At the right speed.
Okay.
So I don't have to put any spin on it. So.
Yeah, center just keeps it straight on that line and hit it just like that. She had a little inside on it because she came over. For a lot of players, they aim better that way, don't they? When they use inside English.
When they are used to it, yes. But
yeah, once you get used to it and you develop that system, it's easier to use.
But still, you have to stay flexible. It shouldn't make a difference. Okay, this time it's better to use inside, this time it's better to use outside, this time it's better to use natural. You shouldn't go always with your favorite thing. It shouldn't make a difference. It makes it easier and more flexible for you to choose the right option. Alright, we got, she's shortening up our set from 4-1 to 4-2, and we will be back after this little information. Here we are back at Sport Park Klagenfurt on table 2 with a match from Yun Mi Lin again from Korea against Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan, and she is breaking now again from the side.
The 4-railer goes in.
No shot on the 1 ball, and here you see again, if you break from the left, the ball spread out on the left side of the table also.
And she's behind the ball. Where would you suggest a push here, Ralph?
Well, let me see.
It's such
difficult, yeah. Because
yeah,
if I push it on the other side, I give it too good of a shot to my opponent, and the direction she's looking at, it's too difficult. She might get it back.
And that's exactly why I'm looking at this. I'm thinking you just might want to go ahead and jump the ball and bank it down and try to use cover there. Bank it into cover.
Before I jump it or try to jump it, maybe I would just touch it slightly and leave that option to my opponent.
Oh, okay. That's actually a very good suggestion. I didn't think of that. I just might as well just take the shot. Let them jump and maybe they'll make the mistake. But it laid very well for that. For just going ahead and jumping the ball and when the ball lays natural, I try to take advantage of it, or I think to. Doesn't mean I always execute it, but I think to.
What do you think? If she's
The 3 ball here,
if she's going for the billiard and the 3 ball,
she should be with a little left side English. She'll be able to hold the 1 ball and the 3 and the cue ball right there.
come off the 1 ball into the 3. Didn't work. I'm not sure if she really tried it that hard because of the position of the 1. You know.
No, I think if she'd have been trying to make the 3, it would have been a lot softer because she'd have to hold the 1 ball up there. So she was playing safe all the way there. Which apparently was the right shot because she executed it and got a safety.
Yes, very well, very well. Let's see that jump shot now.
It's going to get safe back.
Nice resave. Yeah.
Do you 2-rail kick at this or 1-rail kick at it?
Oh, I have to. If I can get a 1-rail kick, that would be no. That's not on. It's
not
2-rail.
on. It's too much spin. Yeah.
With less spin, yes, then you can hold the 1 ball, the cue ball behind those 2 balls. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, is it? Oh, very well. Came out nice.
Very friendly 7 ball.
Yeah. Too close to jump. And being the billiard player that she is, she's going to kick it. Now, she kicked one earlier like this, and she barely hit it on the side. And that one she missed, which is surprising because usually that's the 1-rail kicks are bread and butter for billiard players because they always kick to one side or the other to play off of them.
And that's right, and that's sometimes also the trap. If you are so familiar and be that precise, okay, you know you have to hit that very thin, the 1 ball, in order to get the cue ball on the other side of the table than the ball you're kicking at. And when you're going, only for hitting it thin, then of course a little error and you're gonna miss the whole thing.
Well, you're aiming at the smaller part of the ball, which increases the chances of missing the whole ball.
Still a shot on the 2 ball here, isn't it? Or she's for safety.
I think she's playing it. No, she's playing safe all the way. I wouldn't mind playing that shot. I think, because you're going to hold there and you would have had shape for the 3.
The 8 ball would even help a little bit when you make a draw shot.
Right.
But let's see. She might get the edge of the 2 ball, create another safety out of that.
Well, if she can see the edge, she's going to put that cue ball up against the 3. I thought she might put a little spin on there and go the 3 rails right into the 3. Around them and up on top, but she did it very very well.
Okay, now it's up on her. Maybe a 2-rail kick. What is she going for? Oh, yeah, 2 rails. Yeah, and when you hit it pretty full after 2 rails, then you can leave the cue ball down there and send the other ball on the other side of the table to give your opponent at least a long shot, which is now the task from
create distance.
Yumi Lim.
Now this shot, do you want to spin down for the 4 ball on the side too hard, I think. You just go ahead and make the ball and come across and play it in the corner. The 4.
I leave the cue ball down there in the head area for the long 4 ball.
Oh, I see. That's actually...
Try to run into the 5 to break the cue ball down. Yeah.
That was actually a well thought out shot. A little bit of inside there would have hit the bottom side of the 5, and had better position on the 4. And she hit it pretty thick, so it stayed up.
That's a thin cut in the side. Is it still on or the corner?
I think it's on for the side with a little bit of right hand English, and she can smooth it in.
If she can just make like a drag shot maybe, and playing low and just get the tangent line up and down.
She's playing it in the corner, I think. Yeah, she is.
Corner.
Yeah, and it's a tougher shot in the corner, I thought.
It is a tougher shot.
Now, do you like this? Do you like playing the ball here or playing the cue ball behind the 9? It lays real nice behind the 9, I think. Just
it's pretty natural.
Just off center, and it just rolls right into behind the 9.
And the cut is so thin that you lose the cue ball a lot. So,
well, a little bit more speed, and she would have executed it perfectly. Although I think she's got her. And she's going for the jump cue. Trying to hold it there, jump this, and just make it right into the 8 or past the 8, hopefully, but just try to stop the cue ball there. Keep it on the bottom of the table.
If she... Oh, okay, she's calling the side pocket just in case, huh?
I wonder if she called the ball or the 4 ball or the 8 ball on the side.
Look at that.
Oh, she's...
Isn't it... Oh.
Wow.
That was close.
That was a pretty good shot. She called the side pocket, so...
Nice try.
It's just hard enough to bank it into the side pocket from that angle, much less jump bank it.
Would have been the shot of the day.
Yes. Well, Yun-Mi Lim pockets this ball, comes out for nice position on the 5, and her table is laying nice. Just a matter of execution.
It's still good. Just not much action to take here.
No, just a little stop here and a little roll here. Actually, she might just draw this to the side rail and come off of it. She doesn't want to stay on the rail. A little more. That's just right. Now when she draws the ball just past the side pocket, she'll have a good shot on the 10. About where she is now. Extend her lead to 3 games. And she does.
Alright, Lim leading 5-2 in our match race to 7.
This has been a pretty good match. Lim is showing us good cue ball. Runs it real nice. Hiraguchi, she's had a couple of mistakes, but then she's showing some creative safeties. A little bit of everything. coming from both of these players.
And here you get a nice view again from our hall, and when you look at the right side, below that palm tree, that's us. I do this, you see me?
Over by the red paint. Hello.
Okay, center break again, near center break.
Center break. Nice cue ball.
Both
She hit that
balls,
nice.
Both balls way too short behind the two balls behind the one. That's
usually
astonishingly short, I would say. So
I noticed that she did. Well, she doesn't hit it hard enough. Number one, and number two, those balls usually come more. They come a little higher when your cue ball's more to the center. When it's off to the side, they don't come up as high.
That's right, but she was not that much.
Not that far off.
Not that far off, but certainly not enough speed here.
Well, these lay out pretty good. It's a nice layout. That's the kind of break you want if you're making balls. Because if you're not, your opponent gets it. He gets the benefit of the nice spread. And two things happen when they're spread out like that. Your opponent can get in stroke, and you get to watch.
Yeah, also nice, how do you say, fundamentals here from Yuki Hiraguchi.
Well, 6-time
Japanese champion.
She should have some pretty darn good fundamentals because there's some great champions out of Japan.
Okay, you need some right side spin here, but extreme or just a little below or
I would just go high and go over by the 9 just like that, except for that part. If she could have bumped the 9 full, she'd have been okay. That's the only thing they could have gone wrong there. If she misses the 9, she has nice position to come up for the 7.
That's a difficult kick now.
Yes. Yeah, she's put herself in a pretty tough position. She might be forced to go to the long rail, side rail, and to the middle there.
She needs like a little curve and 3 tip sizes of side spin to get there.
She's putting a little masse on it too.
She need that, yeah. And nice. I mean, nice try
nice
at
hit,
least, right?
You go ahead and bump the 9 ball here. Oh, I think she can miss the 9. It's so thin.
I
on
guess
the
you can miss the 9 if you don't want to bump into it. Some players might like to bump into it and use it, but otherwise you might run into the 7 on purpose. That's different choices.
Yeah.
Personal decisions of individual players.
I think if I could, we can't see the angle.
Looks like a bank.
Oh, that's a good shot. Never even thought of the bank.
A bank.
And that's why I didn't think of it.
Not the first bank she missed.
So I think it's the first bank she shot. I haven't seen her bank at a ball yet. Just kick the cue ball a lot.
Wasn't it one 8 ball? I remember some bank on an 8 ball, which
could be. I don't recall. Well, she's got a bank shot here, and this is a bank shot that if you're gonna bank a ball, that's probably one of the easier ones you can bank.
Oh.
But not so much that time.
This is not Derby City Klagenfurt. It's
bank pool. Most bank pool players like to bank to the side pockets just like that.
Yeah, for them it would have been ball in hand shape.
Exactly. Right? Oh, we're having a little bit of, well.
I bet she didn't call that pocket.
I'm pretty sure she didn't. And she knows she won't get it back.
Okay, this is a nice standard shot. It will come almost naturally into position. Just have to make sure to pocket the ball.
Oh, I don't think she got it. She's gonna come out smiling like a rose, though.
Yeah. Another jump cue action here. It's getting a little bit messy in this game.
Yeah,
here.
well,
A lot
you
of
know,
back and forth here.
one of the things about these jump shots right here is that today's equipment, the Predator jump cue, all these make that shot a lot easier.
Wow.
Because they just get the ball up for you and you can aim it so well.
Yeah, so nicely done with perfect shape here. So, Yunmi Lim, very good, and jump shots, and maybe need to visit Derby City Classic for the bank pool division next.
But she's about to go on the hill with these two balls. And her opponent only has two.
All right, she's leading 6-2, and she's on the hill, and we will be back with this match after that break. So here we are back at the beautiful sport park in Klagenfurt, Austria. Look at the view we have here. And as you see, Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan took a timeout. So we have to wait for her return to continue with the match. But it's Lim, Yunmi Lim. She's sitting there on the right here. Tries to cool herself down. She's leading 6-2. She's on the hill.
You know what's funny about this venue is the space is there and the size of the building is there. But what you don't get, like you get at a lot of the tournaments, is that cool air, and it's kind of cold. Usually when I do commentary, I have to wear a jacket because it's usually very cool in there. If you're playing, it's the perfect temperature. But in here today, it's a little warm, and the weather is a little warm outside, but it's nice and cool in the shade.
It is. So let's talk a little bit about our equipment.
Oh,
What's your favorite Predator equipment here? Because
just about everything you see. I mean, the tables, they got them right. I mean, they had some problems with them at first, and they worked and worked. I mean, Karim is just the type of executive that he's not going to give up till he gets just perfect. They worked hard on these tables in Las Vegas last year.
I remember that.
They had problems, and they solved it. But here we are back at the break. The cloth is fantastic now too. It went through an evolution of 3 different series of cloth, and this one I think they found the secret, and it plays very, very nice.
All right.
The aero rack is new.
I like it that they produced the whole equipment under their own umbrella, and that the benefit from selling these things. They bring back the money into the tournament circuit.
Yes, they do. They give back quite a bit. As you can see, again, that's increased from the very beginning. Their partnership with CSI. They started out with I think it was 12,000 for first place. Now it's what is it 60,000? Yeah,
Yes.
for the 128 players, it's $60,000. And the euro and the dollar are trading pretty even, so it's about the same here. I think first place here is 30,000.
So the Predator company is a players' company, basically, because they bring it back to the players, to the circuit, to the tournaments. And here we got a push-out offer, and I wouldn't take it, would you? I would give it back.
No, I'd give it back.
Okay, but Yuki she's going for it.
You know, if I could, I might take this. I might kick the left side of it, hit the head of it, and then have it go by the side and towards the back of these balls down here. It's going to catch the. Oh, it didn't. It a little harder. She would have been really liking that shot. I guess she could see a piece of it. So yeah.
Could be worse. I mean,
from our angle, we didn't think she could see it, did we?
I mean,
it didn't look like.
What do you think? Is the one ball going? Can it pass the 8 ball?
Oops. No, she's going to play safe, it looks like, but didn't get there.
Right, that's the opportunity now for Lim.
Well,
to
she's
take
got
care of this game, but it's not easy. The one ball is not easy, and the position is even harder on the 2 ball.
If I was going for this, I'd be banking there. That's it, and coming over with a cue ball. Well, she was able to do. I didn't think she could do that.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a very good shot. I thought she didn't have the angle to be able to come over for the 2, so I was starting to say that I would be banking the 2 ball to get position. I mean, the 1 ball to get position on the 2.
Now it's a natural position for the 3. Maybe a half tip size right. You will be perfect on the 3, yes. And if it's straight, then it's a nice draw shot. I would call it draw shot number 4 or 5. When I count the diamonds, and when I practice to make the draw shot always, diamond 1 more, 1 more, 1 more. And this is obviously okay, it's okay. A little bit too much, yeah. Here we see the angle.
Well, she's got a nice cut shot. She could kind of put just a little draw, and you hit the side rail, go 2 rails into the 8.
With enough draw, you can avoid.
You can avoid it, yeah.
Totally.
See, I like using the side rail though, because you get better control of the cue ball, your speed. The second rail for me.
I would have been afraid to end behind the 8.
Well, that's yeah. She played it just right, I thought. I really liked that shot.
Yeah.
That might be a little. Oh, no, it's good. She's a little bit on the wrong side, but I think she can hold. I'd go ahead and bump the 9.
Or just play it soft as you can.
Soft
just
as you can,
pocket
yeah.
speed.
Just like that. She's taking your instructions.
This is again almost natural to get near the like center of the table. There you got all the options.
Now, do you like going the 2 rails, wrapping it out of the corner, or the inside? And this shot, I like the inside. She's going inside. Yeah.
But on new class, the inside doesn't grab that much. But the other angle wouldn't be that much better.
No, because it would bring it towards the 9 instead of above the 9. Correct. Yep. But you're right. The inside English is kind of tricky on new class. 2 rails across. Very well done. She has to, because her opponent is on the hill. So she has to come from behind here. Can't afford to lose a game here.
And she is now on 6-3. And you keep score, right? The 3 games she won. That was the second and the 5th.
And the 6th, yeah. She won the second game, lost 3 in a row, won a game, lost 2 in a row, and now she's won a game. She has yet to win 2 games in a row. But if she wants to continue on this match, she's going to have to win this next one because her opponent's on the hill.
And she's breaking. The opponent is breaking. Yunmi Lim. She's ready already with her break cue. Let's see. Side or center?
She breaks from the center.
No,
well, she has been
side.
breaking, but she's changed. No, it's Yuki that usually breaks from the side. She's been breaking from the center.
Oh.
I think if I'm not, I could be mistaken. I don't think I am.
I guess they tried both.
Yeah,
both
she switched because she wasn't making a ball. I don't think she's made a ball in the break yet. I like the safety here, though. It looks like she can see the right side of the 1, so if she can, shoot the 1 ball past the 4 and come over behind the 8. Or the 7. Oh, it's going to slide, hit the 8. I thought when it first hit the 8 ball, moved that way, I thought it was going to slide right behind the 9.
Well, that's still a pretty good safety. I'm not sure if she can see the edge of it, and even then, and even if, this tough shot.
But if she can see the edge, she's going to like it because it goes 2 rails to the 8. Oh, she went real short. She got a lot of ball. But came out okay.
So it's a kick into the short rail there. Foot rail. And calling some ball, for instance, right? You never know.
The just in case shot. I think if she comes close to making it, she scratches off the 2.
Okay, that's an opportunity now to gain control over that game, but still some work to do, quite some work to do, especially when I see this 5 ball. And you have to go from 2 and then 3 and 4 on the different parts of the table, so quite some maneuvers are necessary here. So here she can go just back in the center with the cue ball.
Oh, wow.
Not too much, but it's okay. And then she can go 2 rails, or even 3 down to the 4. But then it's getting interesting. It's already interesting, I think.
Actually, if she can cut this ball, it's natural shape on the 4. And does it look like the 5 ball goes by the 10? Doesn't. Yeah, I'm not either. There's a good view of it, and it looks awfully tight. She's looking at that now.
If it goes, okay, she can play position for it. That's easy. But if not, then she might try to run into them, making some.
I like that. I like trying to hit it, and she did.
Yeah. Well, not a first-class outcome,
but it's an outcome and got it clear. Now it's a matter of, can she cut this ball, stay out of the side pocket, and get on the 6? No, she's going to play safe. Very, very intelligent shot. She got it too.
Yeah, that she came exactly behind the 7 is certainly a bonus here. it's hard to kick there.
Yes, it's in a tough place. That was a very well executed, very well thought out shot. I was thinking that she could go 3 rails, but I think the 10 ball's in the way when she hits out the 3rd rail.
One move could be, if it's too hard to kick at it, why not, when you're in that position, just push the 7 ball towards the 6, make a foul on purpose, and leave some security that gives you a chance to come back to the table.
And that's a good point.
Oh, she hit the corner of the side pocket.
Well, especially in her case right there, because leaving an open table, your opponent's on the hill.
Yeah.
You never want them to come back to the table with an open table.
And it was because she was in a good position to make, to squeeze that, to freeze that 7 ball to the 6.
Sure. Good point. Those are the shots that champions shoot.
They don't go always away with it, but they try.
Yeah. Well, that's true. You know, sometimes then the other player is no dummy either, so they can figure it out. But just got to give yourself a chance. Well, she went for short rail position.
Very short.
I'm surprised. I think I like the combo if you just get to the middle of the table with the cue ball.
Normally she might expect herself also to be more precise when she's doing that, so she had the confidence to do that, but didn't turn out. And here comes another safety.
And a nice one. When I shoot shots like that, I like to tell my opponent, jump this.
Another one hard to kick. Now it's even.
This one's tougher.
Yeah. Now she's going for a foul on purpose, isn't she? No, I don't know. Oh, she was trying to freeze something up here, but out of that position it didn't work out.
No,
well.
she had the opportunity earlier. Now, this is second foul.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's going to go for the 3 foul.
Probably not. I mean, if she got a delicate position here and there, but doesn't look like. It's like a clean table now. 7 in the side.
Well.
And from this position you can get a pretty sharp position on the 8.
Oh, she's going to draw this underneath the 9. Hit the rail and then the 9. Yeah, I would draw it into the 9. Or come out like that. See, hit it and then push the 9 out just straight in on the 8. Because it just laid so well for me. Now, can I make a mistake? Of course. Can you make a mistake? Sure. But she played it just perfect. Back and forth. And these 2 balls for the match. Straight draw. Gets her on the left side of that 10 ball and to the corner where she's at. It looks like Yoonmi Lim will move on.
Alright, she won. So we got Yoonmi Lim from Japan won the match against Yuki Hiraguchi and with 7-3. Thank you for being here and stay tuned because there will be another match coming up soon. So stay with us.
Frank,
thank you, George.
Ralph, it was a great doing commentary with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.